Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. Hope so you are fine. In the previous lecture, we have started chapter 28, and briefly I have discussed about the magnetic field and magnetic force. And I have told you that magnetic field you can calculate by using the expression of magnetic force, which was FB equal to QV cross P. And also we have discussed about the Lorentz force that when the charged particle it will be in the presence of electric and the magnetic field both, then the total resulting force will be called the Lorentz force, which should be equal to F equal to QE, that is the electric force, plus F equal to QE cross B. So when you will add them together, you will get QE plus QE cross B. So student, that the slide which is shown you, it's basically giving you the difference between the electromagnet, the permanent magnet. As I told you, the permanent magnet, they are the material which has naturally occurring magnetic power and they have a magnetic field, while the electromagnet will be that if the current is passing through it, then it will become magnet. And you can see the example of an electromagnet to collect and transport the scrap material at the steel mill. So this is the formula which I was discussing, and now today in our lecture we will implement this formula to do the questions related with it from your book, Heritage Isaac and Walker. So the magnetic force in the charged particle, as I told you, is equal to QV cross B, where V is the velocity of the charged particle, the Q will be the charge, B will be the external magnetic field in which you are basically moving the charged particle, and Fb will be the magnetic force which will be exerting on it due to the presence of the B field. Remember, this B field will exert the force on the charged particle that will be called deflecting force because it will deviate it from its straight path. Since I told you the difference, if the charged particle is in the electric field, it accelerates depending upon the sign in the same direction or in the opposite direction of the electric field, while the magnetic force actually is a deflecting force. It always deviate the path, straight path of the particle, and the particle try to bend from its original straight path. So if you will open the cross product, you will get QVB sine theta or sine phi, you can say. Phi is an angle between the velocity vector V and B, and this is the expression for the Lorentz force which I have explained in my previous lecture also, that it's equal to QE plus QV cross B. So today, students, we are now going to implement these two formulas in the coming problems. This is the definition of B. As I told you, the unit will be in Tesla. That Tesla is equal to 10 for Gauss. And if you will have some Gauss that will be given in the numerical, then you have to convert it into the SI unit. That will be the Tesla here. This is the conversion unit. Now, student, this is the problem number 3 from your book. You have the data and electron. So the charge you will take minus 1.610 is to power minus 19 coulomb. If it will be proton, then you will take with the positive sign. So here you have an electron that has instantaneous velocity. Instantaneous velocity means at the particular time the velocity vector is given, that's in a plane 210 is to power 6 I plus 310 is to power 6 J. It's moving through the uniform B field. Uniform means the magnitude is constant, the direction is constant. Um, but here either you will have this B field magnitude that can be calculated by taking the under root 0.030 square plus 0.15 square, or other way around you can do it. So here the velocity is given, the B field is given, you have to find the force. The student, remember, it's not in one dimensional. Obviously they are perpendicular to each other, V and B. That is why the magnetic force will be maximum. If they are parallel, the answer will be 0. So now you have to open the cross product, and I hope so you are able to open the determinant. If you are not able to open the determinant, then you can use the vector rule that I cross j equal to k, j cross k is equal to I, k cross I equal to j. Again, that will be I, j, k in anti-clockwise cycle, you can remember, and the cross product is non-commutative, so you will have the negative sign if you will flip the direction. So in both ways you can do it. So you can find the force on the electron due to the magnetic field and then repeat the same calculation for the proton having the same velocity. So students, here F equal to QV cross B. This is a simple multiplication which is done here by I cross I, J cross J, I cross J and J cross I. Otherwise you can just open the determinant as I told you. So QV cross B. So Q is written as it is, minus 1.610 is to power minus 19 as shown in this slide. Vx, that's the velocity x component which is given, Vy velocity component is given, Bx is given, By is given. So if I will just open it, I cross I will give you 0, I cross j will give you k, j cross I give you minus k, and j cross j give you 0. So you will get this value. Otherwise, if you will just open the determinant, you will also get the same result after opening by first row and first column. So just substitute the values and you will simplify it and check at your home. The magnetic force will be 6.210 is to power minus 14 Newton, and the direction will be K. And the magnitude of the force is, it means 6.210 is to power minus 14, and the direction it's positive K. But whenever you will flip the sign, here Q will be for the proton, you will see the same result, but only the sign will change here. So you can just check it, you will get the same result only by putting the positive charge here plus 1.6 raised to the minus 19. You will get the result which will be negative, so it means the force is pointing in the negative z direction for the proton. I hope so student this problem is clear to you. This is the problem number 5 from the same book, chapter 28. An electron moves through the uniform B field. Again, B is given. At the particular instant, the velocity is given and the magnetic force is given. You have to find the unknown B value in x direction. So basically, you have to calculate the x component of the magnetic field. Again, you can use the determinant method, I cross j, j cross k, k cross I definition, whatever it's convenient to you, you can do. So just if you will just use it qv cross b, you will obtain this relation. So from here, you can just check at your home. This is your task now I'm giving you for the online question answer session, and I will ask it from you. Did you ever check it or not? So just open the cross product at your home in your copies and just check it that either you are getting this equation or not. And the hint which I am giving you, because the steps are missing here, the hint I am giving you, just write here F, which is given here. The value of the force is given 6.4 times to a minus 19. So on the left side, you will have 6.4 times to a minus 19k. And on the right side, you will have the equation. So what you will do, you will just compare the coefficients. Compare the coefficients of I, compare the coefficients of j, compare the coefficients of k. Obviously, the force is in just k, so you will have just comparing the coefficients of k, and you will have the equation. Since you have just one unknown, so you will have one equation. So just simplify it, and you will be able to calculate Vx. That will be minus 2 Tesla. So do it at your home. I will ask it tomorrow in the online session, inshallah. So this is the problem 6. From Hegler, Resnick, and Walker again, chapter 28. A proton moves through the uniform B field, which is given now in 3 dimensions. 10I minus 20J plus 30K millitesla. Milli stands for 10 to the minus 3. Time t1, the proton has velocity again in 3D, Vx, Vy, and Vz component is given. Magnetic force is given in the plane I and J. And you have to find two unknowns, Vx and Vy. It means you must have the two equations. Again, students, the hint will be use F equal to Q, V cross B, and open the determinant and just comparing the coefficients of I, J, and K. You will have two equations. So the steps are missing here. You will do it at your home and then just discuss with me in the class, in the online session, inshallah. So if you will have any problem, you can discuss with me. So the hint is again the same. Open the determinant. Just F value is in plane I and J. And when you will open the determinant, you will get this relation. So now comparing the coefficients of I. If you will compare the coefficients of I, you will have just this value 0.03 Vy plus 40 whole multiply E. This should be equal to 4 10 to the power minus 17. Similarly, if you will compare the coefficients of J, you will have this value 20 minus 0.03 Vx whole multiplied by electronic charge equal to 10 to the power minus 17. And if you will compare K, you will have just a 0. So you will have three equations you can get by comparing the coefficients of I, J, and K. Since you have just two unknown, so you can just find the value of Vx and Vy by just simplify the equations. So hope so student this point is clear to you. Now, this is the question number 7 of your book again. Electron has the initial velocity of 12 joule, 12 J plus 15K. I'm sorry, it's not joule, it's the J unit vector. And if you will have this value 12 J plus 15K kilometers per second, and the constant acceleration of 2 10 to the power 12 meter per second square. So if I'm correcting it, it's not joule, it's J. So it's J is a unit vector direction. So velocity is given, acceleration is now given. So it means the force can be calculated just by multiplying with mass. So the electric and magnetic field both are present. So here, this is basically the question related with the Lorentz force now. Now you will have F equal to QE plus QV cross B formula that will be implemented. So if the B value is 400 microtesla I, find the electric field. So this is the solution. Again, the steps are missing here. You have to complete it by yourself. F equal to QE plus QV cross B. I'm just giving you the hint here. So F is basically MA, the mass of electrons you will put here 9.1 10 to the power minus 31 kg. A is given. So you will have ultimately the force in I only. And it will be I or depending, yes, it's in I. So on the right side, you will have just Q multiply E. E will be given here, that will be the electric field, which is basically you have to find out. So E, you will take it like EXI EYJ plus EZK if it's in three dimension, because the problem is in three dimension. I, J and K you are looking here, so let me take it E equal to EXI plus EYJ plus EZK. Automatically you will get the same result in I, J and K at the end. So V cross B, open this determinant, you will have ultimately this equation. So again, comparing the coefficients, you can find EX, EY and EZ as I told you previously. Friends, this is the problem number 8. An electric field of 1.5 kV per meter and perpendicular magnetic field of zero point 0.4 Tesla acts on the moving electron to produce no net force. It means net sum of the force is zero. What is the electron speed? So no net force means both fields are present here. F equal to QE plus QE cross B. If they are zero means that's the equilibrium condition. You will have just simply E equal to VB. And since if V and B they are perpendicular, so that's in the velocity selector also, that V equal to E divided by B equation you are getting. So the speed you can obtain just by dividing with B, and you will get this speed, which is 3.75 10 to the power 3 meters per second. This is the last question which I am going to discuss here. Question number 10 of your book. Proton travels with a uniform magnetic and electric field. Again, the Lorentz force question. The B field is given minus 2.50 I millitesla. And at one instant, the velocity of the proton is 2000 J meters per second. And in the unit vector notation form means I, J, and K, you have to find the net force when the field is 4K, minus 4K, and plus 4I. So there are three cases which are given here. So for the first case, you have just F equal to QE plus QE cross P. Again, open the determinant and just check at your home. You will get this answer for first part. For the second part, you will get 1.6 10 to the minus 19K. And for the third part, you will get this result. So for your convenience, the answers are given with some simple steps, but obviously some steps are missing here. So you will complete them, I hope so, at your home when you listen this audio recording and read the slides, so you will be able, and these slides will help you at least to get through whatever the solution will be. So just check at your home. This is the worksheet, which is actually the problem number 2 of your book, and the answer is given here. So students, inshallah ta'ala, tomorrow when we will have the question answer session, I hope so, in the first class, that will be held inshallah on Thursday, so at 10:15. So you will have these problems along with you, and we will discuss them. Thank you.